We haven't been here for a couple of days. Even though the sun is pretty much risen, we can still do a jumping for joy. Because we've got to do a jumping for joy, right? You know the drill. We carry all our waters with us. These are our tripods. I've got my spare phone because I'm just extra like that, right? And that's okay. Because I surrender that I'm extra. I'm very extra. Okay. I'll put you down like that. There you go. Look at that sunrise. Okay, set my other camera up too. Alright, press record. It's recording. Alright, let's go. Hey, how you going? Oh my God. Bo. Oh my God. Wendy. Bo. Hey, Bo, how you going? Hey, Deb, how you going? Oh, guys, this is my Saturday morning, guys. 6:40 a.m. Southeast Queensland, Australia. The sun has risen, well and truly risen. To say, I reckon the sun rose now. It's about 5:30 a.m. So obviously it's spring here in Australia. And every day it gets earlier and earlier. So I just can't catch the sunrise. I love the sunrises. You know how much I love the sunrises, guys. But I just can't get it. Hey, Sabuam. How are you? I'm wonderful. Hey, Citra. Do you know Super Cyan? No, I don't. No, Bug Sydney. This is not Sydney. I'm 30 minutes away from Brisbane. So yeah, I'm Australian. I'm in a place called Redcliffe Peninsula. This is Moreton Bay behind me. This is Redcliffe Peninsula. This is where I live. I'm Australian. G'day, mate. And this is 6:41 a.m. on Saturday morning. The sunrise. If you rewind this live, you will see a jumping for joy, which I normally do when the sun is rising, but the sun has risen. The sun is rising every day a little bit earlier. I just can't catch it, right? When I first started doing these lives, like Deb will remember this, that you guys got to see the whole sun rising. It was amazing. So guys, it is day 40 of 75 hard, and I'll tell you about it. I'm just going to drink my green juice. So Jack, plane spotting, where are you? If you're 14 hours behind me, are you in America? Jack, train spotting, are you in America? Yeah, because it's 6:42 a.m. in Australia, Southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe. We're 30 minutes away from Brisbane, so let's go with Brisbane, okay? I'm in the Brisbane area. And this is you're in Toronto. Hey, I've never been to Toronto. What's Toronto like? What's your population of Toronto anyway? It's a big city, hey. It's probably the same size as Brisbane, I'm thinking. Canada's a place I've never been, actually. And Bugs Bunny, you're from Texas. Guess what? My friend Deb Warwick in the chat, is my good friend to this chat. So guys, you'll find me doing lives quite a few times a week from the beach. Deb is a very good friend of mine, Deb Warwick. She's from Spring, Texas. So Bugs Bunny, whereabouts are you in Texas? Last July I visited Sydney. It's a great place. Yeah, Sydney's awesome. I'm actually about to go to Sydney in next month, actually. About 3 million people in Toronto. Shit, that's big. this in perspective, right? The whole of Australia can sit in the middle, on top of Europe. It can sit in the middle of like America, right? That's how big Australia is, right? Our population, I think we're just on 30 million. I don't even think we're at 30 million. I don't think we're at 30 million. I should know this, but I don't. But yeah, we're not over 30 million. So it just tells you our country is huge. We're the size of America. We're the size of the whole of Europe, but we've got a population of 30 million. So there's a lot of space in Australia to move and run free. I love Australia. It's a great place to live. But you know what? My channel is about exploring, and I love to explore new countries. Like, I've never been to Canada, so love to go to Canada one day. I'd love to do like hiking of like the Banff area, or Lake Louise, all those kind of areas. I don't know, just hiking in general. I love hiking. I love walking. That's what we're doing here today, guys. We're walking. I'm just going to finish my green juice and then we're going walking. So if you want to walk with me, come with me. You're welcome. We're going to talk about a book I just finished reading, The Power of Now. Has anyone read it? The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Even though I'm a travel channel, or I am an adventure channel, right? A venture that I'm doing right now is a challenge called 75 Hard. So that's what I'm talking about today. Hey, Kelly, how you going? Day 40, Kelly. Day 40 of 75 Hard. So everyone, teacher Kelly Tagg is my friend from the East Coast of America. So I have a few nice friends in this chat today. I have Bo, who's a fellow Australian. Hey Bo, you know who I am. I'm not going to talk about Bo because he's under 16 and I do not want you going and checking out his channel. He's my friend. And then we have Deb Warwick, who's another friend to my channel. And of course we have teacher Kelly Tagg, so another good friend of mine. Good. How's 75 Hard going? It's actually really good, actually, Kelly. I'm actually really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'm going to tell you about it actually today. I just read my second book, Kelly. I've talked about openly that I haven't read a book in years, front to cover. I might have picked up a book and read one page, like on my holiday. That's it today, this year. And I feel like I'm being stupid by not reading books. And I feel like my head is alive now. Like my brain is like, so like, not only is my body on, feeling good because I'm, doing all this, drinking water. So 75 Hard, guys, if you don't know, let me turn this around. 75 Hard, guys, is where basically you challenge yourself mentally to drink a gallon of water, which is 3.7 litres of water a day, guys, for 75 days. Just telling this out. 75 days of 1 gallon of water, 3.7 litres. You must read 10 pages of a business book or self-improvement book. That's what I want to talk to you about today, the breeding. The book I just read. I just finished my second book in 40 days. You need to do 2 45-minute exercises a day. One has to be outside. So that's what we're doing today, guys. We're going to walk with me for 45 minutes on this beach and we're going to have a chat. But we need to do 2 sessions a day of 45 minutes. One must be outside every day, guys, for 75 days. You must follow some kind of health regime or diet, so to speak. So that's up to you what you choose. And you must also take a photo of your body to be accountable to yourself. You don't need to post it anywhere, but it's just a photo of seeing how far you've come in the 40 days so far. You must also not have any alcohol whatsoever. No alcohol for 75 days and no takeaway whatsoever for 75 days. So guys, and I'm adding to that is I'm not having any soft drink. I've openly talked about how I drank way too much Pepsi before I started this challenge. I don't know why I was drinking Pepsi. It's terrible shit for you. It's full of sugar. But anyway, I'm being very truthful and being very accountable for me. So anyway, guys, I want to finish this drink. That's what I'm going to talk about today, guys, while I walk on the beach. If you want to join me, up to you. But please, I just need us to say a disclaimer. I am no health guru. Look at me. I'm just me. I'm no fitness coach. I'm no nothing, okay? I am just Dora, who has a YouTube channel that likes to have a chat. I have made lots of really cool friends on YouTube. Love YouTube. But I also know, for me mentally, it's not a good place to be all the time. Because if I'm on here scrolling and watching all these YouTube channels, I'm not actually reading books. So I've replaced watching and scrolling on YouTube and in social media for reading books, guys. And after 75 days, I think I'm going to stay with this practice. I think it's really good for me mentally to be reading books. I don't know, you guys do you. I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about my experiences. So, like for example, just because I'm walking on a beach doing 2 sessions a day, 45 minutes, doesn't mean you should do it. You should, if you're going to do any exercise, you should seek, like your own advice from your own doctor or physician. Like, your own capabilities. I know my capabilities. I'm just sharing my experiences, guys. So again, very clear. I've talked about how I used to do a lot of squats, and my mum, who was 76 years old, thought, you know what, I should start doing squats. And she did squats, and guess what? She did one squat and she hurt herself. For 6 months, she had a bad knee. So just because I'm doing something doesn't mean you should do it. And just because I'm squatting that way, you should do it that way. I'm not an expert at anything, okay? Just being very clear. I'm just sharing my experiences. I have to say that because, when you're on YouTube, I think you have a responsibility that, people are watching you and maybe trying to follow you. Don't follow me. Don't subscribe, guys. Don't subscribe for fitness techniques or whatever. That's not me. That's not my channel. If you want to subscribe because you like my personality and you like that I'm talking really frankly and I'm, unapologetically me, and I jump for joy, I like to have fun, I like to be childlike. I don't think that just because we're adults, I just turned 50 this year, guys, and, I'm very, very grateful that I don't feel 50. I feel bloody 30, guys. Is it my health regime? I don't know, but I'm thanking the universe for it. So, I don't think that kids should have all the fun. I think that us adults, even though we have more responsibilities as adults now, but I think that we can still have lots of fun and see the joy in our life, and that's what I do. So if you watch my channel, that's what you're gonna find. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna put you down. My drill normally is I gotta go put this in the car, and then we go walking. So you guys stay here if you want to. I don't care. It's up to you. I'll be back in a minute. All right, let's walk. So guys, I just want to show you, it's nearly 7 a.m. here in southeast Queensland, Australia. And what they have, I don't know if you've heard about this, it's called Park Life. It's a really good free initiative. I don't know if it's around the world, but it's definitely around Australia. Park Life, as in park and life. It's a free 5K walk or run. And basically you register and then basically you just do these park runs. They're every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. They're set up in different locations around Australia, and one of them's just here. So you're going to see a whole lot of people congregating up here, and then you'll see them when we start walking back, when it starts at 7 o'clock. They're all running and walking. You can do it together, you can do it with your dog, you can do it with your kid. Basically, it's your own kind of thing. It's just trying to get you to do 5K walk at least once a week. I mean, that should be a minimum, right? I mean, if you're healthy and you've got the capability, what a great thing to do. I've actually never done one because I'm quite happy to just walk by myself. But for a lot of people, I don't know if you can see this, guys. There's a lot of people congregating just there. So one of them will be my friend Gabriella. And sometimes I go say hello. So let me see if I can see her when we walk past. Because she's done 200 of them. It's a bit of a thing. You collect how many you do. Recently when I was doing a live down here, she was there and she was celebrating with some friends that were done 500 of them. 500 5K walks on a Saturday morning. I mean, if I counted how many I've done, I've probably done the same, plus more. But the whole point is that, it's a 5K healthy kind of fun run. So anyway, I just think it's a really good initiative. And yeah, they have them in all at different locations. Sometimes I do lives from where my mum lives, up in Mullaney, and they have them there too. So they've just started, guys. They've just started a bit early, actually. Let me see if I can see my friend Gabriella. Oh my gosh, I've got to find her because I've got a shirt for her. So my friend Gabriella is actually from Cancun, guys. And I don't know if you just saw, when I was doing my Jumping for Joy, I was wearing a light cardigan sweater thing, and it had Cancun written on it because I used to live in Cancun and love Cancun. But my friend Gabriella is Mexican. I met her here in Australia, but she is from Cancun. Now I'm just trying to find her, guys. Just bear with me, because if she's here, I actually just bought her a really nice shirt and I've got it in the car, and I've sent a photo of it. She loves it, but I haven't actually officially given it to her. So I'm just trying to find her. She's very obvious when I find her. Nah, she's not there. So she's more than likely at another park run somewhere else in another location. So this is the other thing. If you're a park run lover, you seem to go to different park runs and, go to different locations. That's the other thing that they do. So anyway, but that's cool. I mean, look, everyone's for everyone. I think it's really good that there's different things, initiatives, and it's free. Okay, guys, let me get back to the chat. Gosh, the chat is huge, guys. Hey, Kathleen, how you going? Hey, Kathleen. So, guys, I've just missed a whole lot in the chat. I understand that. I was just me gabbling on. I was just trying to see if I could see my friend. So, not that you guys aren't my friends, but I have friends in real life, right? And I like to catch up with them too. And yeah, sometimes I see my friend Gabriella on the beach. But anyway, that's all right. Back to the chat. Guys, hey, how you going? Hey, girl. So my friend Kathleen's place is my friend from Sichuan in Canada. And there was another person in the chat from Canada, and he's from Toronto. He told me there's 3 million people in Toronto. And I was just saying how in Australia, we only have just around 30 million people in the whole of Australia. And the size of Australia, I don't know if anyone's seen this, but I've got a postcard at home and it has a picture of Australia and it has it superimposed on top of Europe. And it has it superimposed on top of America, the state of America. And yeah, Australia's bigger. I mean, not that it's a size competition, okay? Just saying, it's not a size competition. It just shows you how big Australia is, and our population is so small compared to, the whole thing of America. I mean, America, you've got over 200, I don't know, something crazy number of million people, right? And yeah, anyway, it's not a size competition. So we have a lot of new people to the chat. Thank you. And Three Sisters, I met you a couple of days ago. I didn't actually hear where you were from, Three Sisters. Because I was saying to you, I was asking where you were from and what your handle was about. Are you about Three Sisters? Because there's a location in Sydney, in New South Wales, just out of Sydney. It's about an hour from a train from Sydney. And then you go to this beautiful area called the Blue Mountains. And the mountains are blue. It's beautiful. It's a pretty cool phenomenon, right? They've got a lot of eucalyptus trees in this area. And when the eucalyptus trees I guess they're just, they bloom, or the tree, or the leaves, it puts up some kind of blue aroma, or blue colour. So the whole area looks blue. So this whole valley, you see all these mountains in this valley, and it's all blue. It's really pretty. And in there, they have 3 sisters, which is 3 kind of peaks. It's really famous. So not anyone, but a lot of people that go to Sydney as a tourist will catch the train out to the Blue Mountains and go look at the 3 sisters. It's very cool. So anyway, that's why when I saw your name in the chat, 3 sisters, I was like, I'm just curious about where you're from, who you are, what your channel's about. But of course, if you don't want to share, that's okay. But if you would like to share, share. Hey Wayne, how you going? What am I scrolling? What are you strolling? I'm strolling, I'm walking, yes. I'm doing a challenge called 75 Hard. So that it challenges your body and your mind to basically do 2 sets of exercises a day. One has to be outside. So guess what I'm doing, guys? We are walking for 45 minutes. The sun is rising. It's 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would normally be sleeping right now. Well, actually, probably, to be honest, I'd probably be awake and I'd be scrolling on my phone. Probably watching one of my friends do a live. More than likely. So instead of that, guys, I'm being unapologetically real that I'm walking instead. Stop the scrolling. Go for a walk. Oh, see, guys, look at this. They're pounding through, guys. These are the ones that we just saw walk. So this guy's coming first. It's not a competition, right? That thing I was just talking about. Oh my God, look at all these people, guys. So a lot of people do run, guys. I am not a runner at all, but you can see there's a crap load of people. So I said this thing is quite a famous thing that people do around Australia. So there's a mark they do. They run to over... Well, he's going to keep on running. Where's he running to? There's a mark somewhere. I don't know. We'll see him run to the end somewhere and then they run back. They do 2 laps. Do 2 laps and that's 5Ks. I'm still trying to find my friend Gabriella because I love seeing her and I go, yoo-hoo, go Gabriella. Because it's nice to, cheer on your friends, right? I don't think she's there. She's a pretty good runner. She's just turned 60, right? This is how cool fitness is, right? She's turned 60. And she's a runner. She runs. And she just recently, in probably the last year, had a knee issue and she couldn't run. She could hardly walk. She had to do rehab, but she's now back running. And she just did a marathon at Uluru. I don't know if you guys know Uluru. Uluru, other name is Ayers Rock, the big rock in the middle of Australia. The actual rightful name is Uluru. And yeah, so basically she was training and she went and did a marathon in Uluru. Amazing. She's amazing. But age is just a number, right? She just turned 60 and she's running. It's amazing. So it's amazing what you can do with your body as long as you, fuel it and you do the right things, right? But yeah, I don't think I can see her. No, she's not there. If she was there, I would have seen her. Anyway, let's keep going. Hey, Heartthrob, how you going? How are you today, mate? Oh, thank you. You're always so nice, Heartthrob. So guys, today, I've just been a little sidetracked talking about, I'm on day 40 of the 75 Hard Challenge. And we are on a downward slope, guys. Not downward slope. That doesn't sound good. We're past halfway, guys. We are past halfway. We are heading towards day 75. And a lot of my friends have been asking, are you going to keep up with this challenge after you've finished 75 days? Because it kind of feels like, you put all this work in, are you going to keep on going? So you guys know, a lot of people that don't are just kind of tuning in. I normally walk on this beach anyway, regardless of doing a 75-day challenge. But you wouldn't see me do 2 sets of them a day. Not that I'm doing 2 sets of these a day. Some days I am. So sometimes I do a session at home. I have been doing that recently. I've been boxing, doing a bit of cross training at home, skipping. because, when you get to a certain age, you should start doing strength training. So that's why I'm working on strength training. These guns. It's actually, this is another thing why I use YouTube and why I do lives and I guess put stuff on YouTube, is that it's got a memory. It's like I don't know, do you guys use Facebook? On Facebook, they have like Facebook memories. So you can see what you did last year, the year before, and it pops up. And even your stories, it gives you kind of think, oh, this is what you were doing a year ago on your stories. And I actually really like that because it kind of gives you an opportunity to relive that moment again. I love that. But anyway, that's me, my experiences. And so with YouTube, I will get to look at this. So I've got a bit of tuck shop arm happening. I don't know if you've heard the saying. So I have lost some weight with 75 Hard. That is not the full object of this 75 Hard. It was basically to stop drinking, for me personally, it was to stop drinking Pepsi, guys. And I was just not treating my body like a temple as it is. This is a temple. This should be honoured. I should be honouring it. And by drinking Pepsi, I was not honouring it. I was shitting on it, literally. So no disrespect if you guys drink Pepsi. And look, I'm not saying that I won't drink Pepsi in the future, but there's no way I'm going to be drinking 2 cans a day like I was. It's horrific. It's full of shit sugar and chemicals, and I'm not about chemicals. So I'm a hypocrite. So anyway, I wanted to get better habits in my life. I also wanted to start reading, guys. And that probably brings me into my last book I just finished. So you've got to read 10 pages a day. You gotta. If you don't do the water, you don't do the exercise, you don't take the photo of yourself, you have any alcohol, whatever, you break. Basically, you go back to day 1. So I'm on day 40. So if I went to the pub right now and had a beer, that would mean I'd have to go back to day 1 or just not do it again. And you're not going to find that happening. I might go to the pub, but you won't find me having a beer. Just not me. All right, so we're walking to the end of this beach. And guys, I've told you, Lavender's Rock has been moved. So on a Friday, what they do is they rake the beach up. Normally, I don't know if they have yesterday, but they put all the seagrass over here and they've moved Lavender's Rock. I don't know where Lavender's Rock is. It's somewhere under here. So we're just going to visualise Lavender's Rock, Lavender's Rock is a heart-shaped rock. I used to go kick, 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 and then we keep on walking. But it's also a good time for me to remember to drink some water. And then I can see the chat. Beer is also a good idea. Actually, guys, you know what I've been doing? Now, don't judge me. Do not judge me, okay? You're judging Dora, okay? Because I'm not judging you. So, can't drink alcohol, right? So, beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, okay, Heartthrob. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big beer drinker. But I do have beers in the fridge because if I'm gardening, I like to have a cheeky beer. On a Sunday afternoon, it's hot. That's a good time to have a beer. Just saying, okay? So, Heartthrob, you'll get this idea. So, you know what was really popular now is these 0% beers. Now, I thought they were shit. I was like, what? Why have a 0% beer? Just have a real beer, guys. Come on. Now, I can't drink any alcohol right now, so I'm being a hypocrite. I've tried one of those 0% beers. They're actually not bad. So, just between you and I, Heartthrob, beers, I can still have a beer, but it's 0% beer. So, if I just close my eyes, I'm drinking a beer. That'd be weird. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning. Why would I drink a beer, Heartthrob? That's just silly. No, but somewhere in the world it's, beer o'clock. No, so on that topic of beer, yes. I have, there's a brand called Great Northern here in Australia. Great Northern beer. It's a very nice beer. I don't mind that beer. And they have a nice 0% beer. And if you buy a 6-pack from the bottle shop, it's about $10 to $13, which is about $6 American for a 6-pack of 0% beer. Now, Heartthrob's going like, why would you bother? But if you can't have any beer, it's a good alternative. It tastes like beer. I'm not joking. If you close your eyes, it tastes like beer. So yeah. Now, back to my story. Heartthrob guy, Dora, it's just between us. Everybody just shush. Yes, this is true. Shh. It's just a private conversation between me and Heartthrob. Carlsberg's nice. Okay. I've got to say, Carlsberg's not a very popular beer here in Australia. So in Queensland, like every state has a popular beer, right? I'm sure it's the same in your countries. But so I'm from the state of Queensland, right? So Queensland, our beer is 4X. So it's 4, you know, the X 4 times. 4X. It's actually not bad. I like the 4X Gold. 4X Gold means it's less kind of alcoholic and it's just lighter. So in my fridge, if you came to my house, Heartthrob, I would offer you a 4X Gold in a can. I like cans. Don't like bottles so much. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I like to go to a pub. So I like to go to the pub and have a cold beer poured, like from the taps. That's nice on a hot summer's day. So recently I had a friend from Canada, because we were talking about Canada before. A friend from Canada came to visit. He didn't come to visit me. He came to visit his sister who lives in New South Wales, which is the state under my state. And I drove about 2.5 hours to go catch up with him for about 36 hours. So I stayed at his sister's house and yeah, we had the best time. His wife was one of my dearest and closest friends and she passed away about a year ago. And he came to Australia to see his sister. He hasn't been here for a long time. So I just really wanted to come see him and spend some time with him and, you know, talk about my friend. So, you know, even though she's not here with us anymore physically, mate, my friend Lynn is in my head. She's in my soul. I could cry right now. I love her so much. And she'd be so proud of me for this, you know, reading again. She loved reading. And, you know, I openly talk about that I haven't read a book in years. I know I just went from beer to this talk conversation, but the last memorable beer I had was with my friend at the Byron Bay. A lot of people have heard of Byron Bay. It's a very famous kind of place. It's very hip and chic and happening kind of place. So Byron Bay is about 2 hours away from where I live. I don't go there very often because it's not exactly around the corner. But I took my friend and we went to the Byron Bay pub right on the ocean front, and it's so different to this ocean. It's like, this is a bay, guys. This is a bay. Let me show you again. That's all the people running again. So there's some swimmers out here too, guys. Swimming club. So this is a bay. Out the back here is actually an island. You can't see it at the moment, but there is an island there. So we don't have big waves. But Byron Bay has waves. You can go surfing there. There's whales there. It's dolphins. It's beautiful. It's a very happening place. Many backpackers go there. So anyway, we went there, had a beer in the sun. This was back in May too, guys. May's the middle of winter for us here in Australia. I went there, met up with him. It was so beautiful in the sun. We both had a beer each and we just had some time together just chatting. And it was just absolutely glorious. Having friends, I've got to say, is one of the most beautiful things you can do for yourself. I don't know. I've just gone from many topics to one topic to every topic. So anyway, just want to share that with you because that's conversation about beer. My last memorable beer was back in May, a cold beer on tap, the Byron Bay pub, which if you've been to Byron Bay, you know the pub I'm talking about. It's very, very famous, right on the beach. It's beautiful. And you get to see all the beautiful people walk past. If you're lucky, you might see Hemsworth. So famous two boys, the Hemsworth brothers and Matt Damon, they all have houses in Byron Bay. So it's just that kind of place now. And then there's a big backpacking theme. But anyway, back to my story about the power of now and how my friend Lynn, who was one of my greatest friends, and she's probably like she was a life coach. I met her when I was living in Mexico, and you meet people for reasons and seasons and lessons, right? She was so impactful on my life. I met her while I was having a beer, funnily enough, at a swing bar. When I say swing bar, I mean a bar that swings, like a swing and a bar. It's a makeshift Palapis in Mexico. I was living there, and yeah, timing's everything, guys. But she was there with her friends. I was there with my friends. I probably was having a cocktail, actually. I don't know. Who knows? But in Mexico, when I was talking about 4X, in Queensland, we drink 4X. So X's, 4 of them in a row, and it says 4X. In Mexico, one of their beers that's quite popular is Dos Equis, which is 2 X's. So Dos is 2 in Espanol, and X is Equi in Espanol. So Dos Equis. So 2 X's. That's their beer. Well, not there's many beers in Mexico, right? Like Corona. But Corona's not really the beer they drink in Mexico. They send that shit overseas. Just like in Australia, we have Foster's. We definitely send that shit overseas. So anyone tried a Foster's? Because we don't drink that stuff here. That's like cat piss. That's why we send it to you guys. So Heartthrob, have you tried 4X? Have you tried Foster's? Because I always have a giggle when I'm traveling and I see Foster's, and they have a big litre can in like the bottle shops overseas. I have a good giggle. Very good giggle. Foster's is a scam. Yep, you're right. Rumpelstiltskin, what a cool name. Foster is just basic. Yeah, it's basic shit. Dora, what about Mexican beers? Do you like Mexican beers? Yes, of course. Look, I lived in Mexico. I've lived in Mexico 3 times in my life. Once when I was 25. When I started to be 38, I lived there, and I turned 40 when I was living there too. So, about 10 years ago, guys. Yeah, because I'm 50. So the last time I was there I was 41 years old. And yeah, I do love Mexican beer. I specifically love Michelada. So my friend Kathleen, hey, Gaza. Okay, Gaza prefers Great Northern. So guys, Gaza S2 is another friend of mine, Aussie, we're all Aussies, right? Aussie, oi, oi. I prefer Great Northern and Tooheys. Yeah, see, I like Great Northern too. So Gaza, I know this is like you're going to like sacrifice me and go, oh my God, I am never watching this girl ever again. We were just talking about a fake beer. Okay, can't even say it. Because I'm not allowed to drink any alcohol in this 75 hard that I'm doing this challenge. I'm on day 40. I have just started drinking 0% Great Northern in a can. I really like it. It tastes like Great Northern. So don't judge me. So anyway, we're talking about beer. And Gaza, we will talk about football very soon, okay? That's my next topic. So many topics right here, okay, guys? But anyway, Heartthrob just asked me about Mexican beer. And I've got Kathleen's place that was in the chat. I don't know if she's still there. But Kathleen is married to Rahul, who is Mexican, and he's from Mexico City. So that's why I wanted to know if she knows Michelada, because I think she will know Michelada. Michelada. Has anyone tried Michelada? Aussie, oi, oi, yeah. I only like Kingfisher beer. Actually, Kingfisher beer is nice. Rumpelstiltskin. Are you Australian? Because Kingfisher, it's New Zealand, isn't it? I don't know. Look at us talking about beer. I'm from India. Hello. Hi, Red Stripes. Dora, have you heard about the Aussie, item French kit? I don't even want to go there with you, Heartthrob. You and your conversations. Guys, you don't need to block Heartthrob. I've got a few moderators in the chat. They'll probably be thinking sometimes, who is this Heartthrob? Heartthrob's a nice friend of mine, okay? We like to have a bit of banter, but there's always a time and a place for banter. Just saying Heartthrob, okay? Kingfisher's Indian. Okay. It's a nice beer. I didn't know that, Kingfisher. Yeah, see, even Gaza likes Kingfisher. So in Mexico, if you don't know what Michelada is, Michelada in Mexico likes spice, right? They're a bit spicy, okay? So what they do, now, if you're Mexican, I might get this wrong, okay? But if you're not Mexican, just pretend I know what I'm talking about. So Now, I have made this before. I don't know if I make them properly, but I am. Okay, so what you do is you go to a go to a bar and you ask for a michelada. It's like a cocktail, but with a beer. What they do is it's half a glass of beer. Just hear me out, guys, okay? It's Worcestershire sauce. You know, the Worcestershire sauce? Chuck that in there. Oh, God. What else do they put in there? Lemon or lime they put in there. Lime or lemon. Squeeze. Now, you can do different versions, but the basic version, because I'm a basic bitch, is that. And then the rim of it, you put, tagine. Have you heard of tagine? Which is chili and sugar and salt. And they put it around the rim. So you rim it. You put that in like lemon first, and then it sticks to the outside. And then, what else do you put in there? I think you put something else in there now. I can't think. I don't know. You put something else. I could be lying. But yeah, anyway. But the other version is to put, now this sounds gross, clamato. So clamato is like clams. It sounds disgusting, guys. But they put clams in it, and then you put a celery stick in it. It's kind of like a Bloody Mary, I think. It isn't Bloody Mary, actually. But then you put beer in it. So anyway, I didn't explain this well, but if someone's Mexican in the chat, and that's why I was asking if Kathleen was there, because Kathleen could know what the actual recipe was. But it's very nice. Very nice. It sounds disgusting if you put clams in it, but don't knock it till you try it, right? Oh yeah, Robert Thomas said, heck yeah, that's good with tomatoes. Yeah, they have a beer there called, Sol. So we can get that here, Sol. Sol beer is quite popular in Mexico, but they have a version, it's Sol Clamato, and it is amazing, guys. It's a beer, tomato beer. Fuck. All this beer talk, I would die for a Clamato Sol beer. So basically, it's cheap, right? It's cheaper than water. So you go in Mexico, everything's like, beer is cheap. It's cheaper than water. So you go to the OXXO. So OXXO is OXXO. It's like a 7-Eleven. I think a lot of people in the chat are from India. You're familiar with 7-Elevens. We have many of them in Australia. And a lot of them are owned by Indian people, actually. So anyway, love 7-Elevens because they're got all the convenience, right? All the stuff. But in Mexico, the alternative to 7-Eleven is OXXO. And OXXO is where you can get beer. So in Australia, you can't go to a 7-Eleven and get beer. But in Mexico, you can go to the OXXO and get beer. But on Sundays, you can't get beer. Very interesting fact. Fun fact. I don't know, actually. Fun fact I might not be completely up with. In the region where I was living, I was in a place called Puerto Venturas. So I've lived there 3 times in my life. First time was in Cancun. I don't know if it was open. I don't know if you could buy beer on Sunday. I can't remember. It was 25 years ago, guys. But the last time I lived there, the 2 last times, when I was 38, I lived in a place called Puerto Venturas, which is in the the Mexican Riviera. Oh my God. So just around, between Tulum and Playa del Carmen, like an hour and a half away from Cancun. Everyone knows Cancun. Really cool place. But they have like the OXXO there, or even like Costco. When you go to Costco on a Sunday, the whole alcohol section is roped off. You can't buy alcohol on a Sunday. But if you go to the local kind of, the local shops, they give you a beer. You've got to ask nicely, but shh, they'll sell you a beer. I think you might pay a little extra for it. But the OXXO, no. You cannot get alcohol on a Sunday. It's a day of rest. I don't know what it is, but Sunday's a big day. So in Mexico, traditionally, the area that I lived in, on a Sunday, not everyone, generalizing, a lot of people go to the beach. A lot of people don't work on Sundays. It's a day of rest. It's church. They go to the beach and they have beer on the beach in the sun. It's amazing. Amazing. Anyway, that's enough about beer talk, guys. Why are we talking about beer? Heartthrob. Dora, locals always have some hidden gems. You just got to ask nicely. You do. How can I be a clam man whose voice... Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go back to the story that I wanted to talk about, which is the power of now. Stop sidetracking me, Heartthrob. And let me go back. Gazza, are you still there? Gazza, calling Gazza. Gazza, are you still there? If we're lucky, guys, we might see the pelicans. Gazza, are you still there? Gazza. Oh. Dora, you're amazing and you know it. I know it. Okay, Gazza. Gazza, go the Broncos. Are you going for the Broncos? Because, look, Gazza used to be a professional football. He used to play for Parramatta. When I say football, guys, I'm not talking about soccer. In Australia, when we refer to football, we're talking about mostly rugby league. So the Brisbane team is Broncos, but in Redcliffe, where I live, we now have a team called the Dolphins because we have dolphins out here. So we have a new football team called Dolphins. They're not in the final. So tomorrow, it's a big day for Brisbane. You will find many people all over Australia glued to the TV at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday evening. There'll be lots of barbecues. There'll be lots of beer, lots of alcohol. And then about 7 o'clock at night, kick-off carts. And there will be 2 40-minute sessions of guys giving it their all. So the Brisbane Broncos is a Brisbane team. They made it to the final. And then there's Storm, which is the Melbourne team. And traditionally, Storm are they're a really good team. Now, why am I talking about football? I don't know. Gazza always talks about football. And Diego, my partner, I'll tell you about that story later. There's a story there. His dad, we're not married, but I'm kind of like my father-in-law, right? His father. He passed away last year, actually a year ago now, over a year ago. He was a professional footballer. And so when Gazza and I met on the chat, we were kind of just talking about football. So that's why we're talking about football, guys. And, I'd be stupid not to know about what was going on with football at the moment. It's like Brisbane getting into the final is a big deal, big deal. And then last weekend, we had the Brisbane Lions, which is the AFL football code. Okay, guys, I'm losing my hat. So, can I shout out your friend Craven Moorhead? Sure. Is Rugby 7 still on? I don't know. I don't get... Gazza, do you know? I don't know. I don't really follow rugby that much. But I do know that, there was a rugby game last weekend between New Zealand and Australia. And I think New Zealand won, didn't they? New Zealand are always good in rugby. But so last weekend we had in the AFL, the Brisbane team, the Brisbane Lions, won again. And they are killing it. Like they've now become the biggest team in AFL to won the most premierships. So that's awesome. So go Brisbane. Go Brisbane. Ooh, oi. Yeah, so I was born in the Brisbane hospital, guys, so I'm very Brisbane. Even though I don't live in Brisbane. I live in the suburb of the Moreton Bay Shire. Yeah, it's a bit windy today, guys. Heartthrob says, have I been to Melbourne? Yes, I have. Oh, guys, we have the Pelican. Deb, are you here? The Pelican has come to say hello to you, Deb. My friend Deb loves pelicans, and I love pelicans too. Oh my gosh, guys, the Pelican's going to walk on the beach for us. Okay, ready? Let me zoom in. Okay, let me see if I can get a bit closer. We don't get too close to wildlife, guys, but we can get a bit closer, and then we can zoom in. There we go. Okay, so Gaza, you're going for Brisbane. Good work. We can be friends. Rumpelstiltskin says, I don't care anymore. Whoever offers me a beer, I'm with them. Yep. Go Queensland. Woohoo! Look, it's 50-50, right, Gaza? It'll be a good game. Deb, are you there? This is for you, Deb. That was just for you, Deb. And look, Deb might even be watching on the rerun later on. Oh yeah, Gaza, I can't believe that Reece Walsh, hey. He's a little superstar. Rumpelstiltskin, I concur. Heartthrob, beer, brotherhood first. Dora, your nature's favourite child. Oh, thank you, Heartthrob. I know. That's why we're friends, because you say all the nice things to me, Heartthrob. Okay, guys, keep walking. So, guys, we keep on going off topic, so I'm not looking at the chat anymore, guys. So I need to talk about The Power of Now, this book I just read. So obviously the 75 hard that I've just been doing, I've talked about it. If you don't want to know about it, rewind to the start and you'll hear me talk about 75 hard. And I'm on day 40. And part of that is I need to read 10 pages of a self-help kind of, businessy book every day. And now I just finished a book called The Power of Now. So The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle? He's German. It's a very interesting name, Eckhart. He sounds very interesting, actually. He's got a YouTube channel. Very big, very big. You probably have heard of him or seen him. He's like a guru, okay? He's like a guru, an enlightenment guru. And a lot of people have read his book. It's a very, very famous book. Millions of people have read it. And I only just read it. I have heard about the book, but I have just read it. And it's my second book I've read this year. So in the last 40 days, I've read 2 books. The first book was Switching on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Kane, I think her name was. And it talked about basically how if you don't have that rest time, no, I'm not talking about sleep time, if you don't have rest, if you don't stop, have meditation, have prayer or just that silence to watch the ocean, your brain can't reset. So it's really important to stop and reset your brain. So, Heartthrob, can I say one more thing? You can say one more thing. Sure. Sure, I should do 175 days. Shut up, Heartthrob. No, I can't do 175 days. So, but I'll tell you later I will continue reading books. I'm so pretty. Thank you, Heartthrob. I will continue reading books. So even though 75 days will, finish soon, I'm on day 40, I won't keep on drinking 4 litres of water, trust me. I pee like a trooper. And yeah, I'm talking about that. I'll just have some more water. So I've already drank half a litre this morning of water and it's only 7:30. Actually, that green juice, the green powder, I put into 500 mils of water. So I've drank 1 litre. This is another half litre nearly finished. So I've nearly drank 1.5 litres by 7:30. So water's really good for you. So after my 75 days is finished, I will continue drinking lots more water, but I won't drink 4 litres. I'll probably drink 3. So that's still a lot. It's probably 1/4 of a gallon of water that I'll drink every day. Because water is amazing for you. Just saying, water, my skin has really, really cleared up. Not that I had bad problems with my skin anyway, but I just feel like my skin is really good. I feel like my body feels really good. Like I talk openly that, but I don't focus on it. I have a diagnosis of severe osteoporosis in my left knee. But I'm still jumping for joy. I'm hiking, I'm walking, I'm doing all the things, guys. Mind over matter. I went to a physiotherapist and he said to me, you just get a knee replacement. I wasn't even 50, I was 49, nearly 50, and he said, you just get a knee replacement. Then you'll have another 10 years of really, then you'll be hiking and no problems. I got a new physiotherapist, and he said to me, don't focus on the diagnosis. He goes, just live your best life. And these guys behind me are living their best life. 7:30 in the morning, the guy's drinking Forex. Love it. Oh, there's another guy drinking Forex. So these guys behind me, it's 7:30 a.m. in the morning, they're fishing and they're having beers. Why not? It's Saturday morning. Do your own life, right? Have your best life. But what I'm tell you about my diagnosis of this knee thing is I don't focus on it. Originally when I was diagnosed, I had a sore knee and I was complaining about a sore knee. And then as soon as I got the diagnosis, it got worse. Funny that, hey, because I'm focusing on the knee, right? So, and look, I'm not saying that if you have some real issues, that it's not hurting. As I said, I'm just telling you my experiences, right? And this kind of goes back into The Power of Now, this book that I've just read. So this diagnosis of this bad knee, as soon as I got diagnosed, the knee got worse because all I could think of was my knee. My knee. I'm going to have to get a knee replacement. I'm too young. I'm 49. Why me? Why did I get this? Why did this happen to me? I'm too young. Oh my God, what? I can't hike. I can't do this. I can't dance. I can't jump. Poor me. All right. So I stopped that. I went to a new psychologist, a new physiotherapist, and he said to me, literally, he goes, okay, your knee hurts. I'm not taking away that your knee hurts. He goes, but you just walked in here like you loved life. He goes, I have people walked in here, they only have a diagnosis of like they have mild osteo in their knee and they can hardly get off from the bed or they can't hardly walk. He goes, you walk in here like you own the world. You've got this diagnosis, forget the diagnosis. He goes, yes, it's sore. Here's some exercises, start building some strength. And he goes, just go live your life. He goes, if it gets worse, then you can look at a surgery. But till then, fuck that. And guess what? Since then, that knee has got better. I mean, I'm not saying it's better, but I'm saying I don't focus on it. I don't even tell, half my friends I don't even tell. You guys are my friends. I'm just talking about it because this helps build into the story that I'm going to tell you about The Power of Now, is that if you focus on now and not the past, like for example, I was focusing on, oh my God, how did I get this osteoporosis? Only old people get osteoporosis. I'm only 49. How did I get this? Oh my God, what does this mean? Poor me, poor me, poor me. I was talking to my friends about it. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Oh, my knee, oh, my knee. Oh, anyway. But then I went to a new person and they said, fuck that other physiotherapist off. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Why would you get a new knee when your knee is actually pretty good? Like you walk in here like you've got no issues. Okay, you've got a bit of pain. I'm not taking that away from you, but maybe a lot of it's in your head. Now, he's not saying that some people that walk in here have, it's not in their head. It might be real. But he goes, if you look at your diagnosis, it says that you have severe, osteoporosis, which is like, 70s, 80s body of knee. He goes, but here you are walking, hiking, doing the things. He goes, don't think about the diagnosis. So that's what we're talking about here today is The Power of Now. That book I'm reading about Eckhart Tolle is talking about focusing on now. Don't focus on the past. The past happened. You can't change that. Whatever I did to my knee in the past, it happened. I can't change that. But I can focus on now. And you know what? My now is amazing. Look where I am, guys. I'm walking on a beach. I feel amazing. My knee feels really good. It could be all the water I've been drinking. It could be that I have a lot of turmeric. Turmeric is really good for inflammation because that's what my knee is. It's very inflamed. I ice it if I have to. There's a thing called RICE, which stands for rest, ice, compression, elevation. So RICE, rest the knee, ice the knee, compress the knee, elevate the knee. So I do a lot of that. Sometimes I don't even need to do it. When I first got the diagnosis, I was doing that every day. And then bit by bit, it started getting better. I didn't stop walking because walking is really good for me mentally and it's really good for your body. But yeah, here I am walking. You wouldn't know that I had whatever was wrong with my knee. So my point is, the Power of Now talks about don't focus on your past. It happened. You can't change it. Focus on what's happening right now. Don't focus on the future because, again, I don't know what happens in the future. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for any of us, right? A lot of you people would have the same ethos that I have, that, you know, today's a gift. Today's the present. Tomorrow's the future, but I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Do you? If you do, can you give me the numbers for the lotto? Because I'd like to put the lotto in for tonight. And yeah, there's a few things I'd like to do. So can I have those numbers? Yeah. So at the moment I can't really see the chat that well, guys, because there's sun kind of beating down at me. Yeah, so I just really want to emphasize that this book has been so monumental in my now, into this where I am in my life, about my knee, about my brain, about me. And if I can share that with you, like I am doing right now. So if you're watching this now or if you're watching it on the replay, yeah, do yourself a favour. Go get the book Power of Now. I bought it from a shop for $2. You can get it from a library for free. You can borrow it from a friend. I'm going to lend my copy to a girlfriend of mine, my Pilates teacher. I said to her that when I finished reading the book that she should read it, and she's going to give me one of her books that she likes. Many of my friends have read this book. My friend Jazz, I talk about Jazz quite a lot on my channel, Jazz Nomad TV. She actually might be lurking in the background actually. If she is, hello Jazz. So Jazz has read the book and she absolutely loves it. She's also doing her own version of 75 hard. She's doing 75 balance. And guys, this is how powerful this stuff is, right? So how I got into 75 hard was I had heard about it and I just thought, oh, I can't do that. That's 75 days of no drinking, 75 days of like no takeaway, 75 days of what, exercise and reading books. That's just too hard. So I did my own version. Plus, I was being very vain. I was 55 days from turning 50. So I went, right, I'm going to do my own version. I'm doing 55 days to be fit and fucking fabulous for 50. My version was no alcohol for 55 days till I turned 50. And exercise, I was doing 10 Ks a day. That's right. I had to do 10 Ks a day, walking. So I set myself up high, right, guys? Challenge, you got to challenge yourself, right? So 10 Ks a day. Remember, I just talked about my knee, right? This is through the start of this diagnosis. I was icing my leg every afternoon, even every morning after I came back from walking. But anyway, we got through that. No takeaway, no Pepsi, all those things. I went to holidays with my partner Diego. He shouted me a trip to Samoa. I'd never been to Samoa before. Samoa is in the South Pacific. It was my country number 61. So I'm counting countries. I know that's very, very pathetic of me, but I'm owning my patheticness. My goal, hence my channel name, is Explorer Dora 80. Means that Dora would like to explore 80 countries. That's what my handle's called, Explorer Dora 80. And yes, I can't spell explore right because it's spelled the Espanol way, explore. Dora is my alter ego. Dora, it's a nickname I've had since like 15 years ago when I was traveling in South America. Someone nicknamed me Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer has been used many times in a handle. So I use Explorer Dora because I used to live in Mexico. And 80 because I want to go to 80 countries. Now, where was I going with this chat? I I don't know, I got sidetracked. Yeah, so I was in Samoa and I wasn't drinking alcohol. I was being very, very behaved. First day in Samoa, Diego doesn't even drink. He's down at the pool bar getting sloshed. Literally. Me, in my room, chilling, thinking about the trip, not drinking alcohol. Don't need it, right? Next day, still not drinking alcohol. I think about the third day, I caved. I was in paradise, man. I was in a beautiful place on the coastline of Samoa in a thing they called a whale. If anyone's been to into Samoa, they know what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I'm talking about, guys. See this hut here? It's got a roof. It's got a roof, but it's all open air, right? So people can come there and have barbecues, right? So they have them in Samoa. I'm going to turn around, guys. They have them in Samoa on the beach, but they're owned by families on the beach, right? So families will own these whales, but they also put like tarps. They put tarps around them so that if it rains, the rain doesn't get in there. So you can have like picnics in there, but they set them up for families to stay in. So they put a bed in there. So they're open aired. So basically, you know, you can walk past and look into them, but they're on like stilts. They're kind of like, think about, you know, in the Maldives, they have over the water bungalows. Think about that, but a little bit more primitive. So like they're staying in one of these little palapases or bungalows over the water, but it's at low tide, there's sand in front of you. But at night time, the water literally laps underneath the balcony of this whale. It's friggin' amazing. Friggin' amazing. I probably wouldn't feel comfortable staying there as a solo girl by myself, just because, you know, it's not lockable and people can just jump in. But, you know, other people were around. The family lived across the road. It cost $60 a night Australian each. 60 a night Australian. And what that includes is breakfast and dinner. I'll tell you, the breakfast is amazing. Dinner amazing. Fish from the ocean. Natural, you know, really gorgeous nutrient food. It was just amazing, right? And why I started drinking, because I was still like, I was probably about day 50 of, you know, getting into 50, like I had 55 days till I turned 50. So I got to about day 50 of no alcohol, no soft drink, no takeaway. I was looking after myself, but no, I wasn't reading books though, guys. I didn't do the whole full version, right? I was doing my own version. But then this beach was just so idyllic. Diego's like, do you want a beer? I went, nah, it's all right. And then eventually I went, oh, fuck it. So anyway, I had beer on the beach. And it was amazing. So anyway, that was my first kind of start at 75 Hard. And then after I came back from Samoa, I ended up in Europe. That's another story, guys. If you know, you know. I ended up in Europe. And look, I was looking pretty fantastic because I didn't get to the 55 days, but I had lost the weight that I had put on from drinking too much Pepsi. There's a theme here about Pepsi, guys, Pepsi. And I had put on a bit of weight in January when I went to Indonesia with my mother. Indonesia has amazing food. My mother likes to cook very good food and I like to eat it. And Indonesia has a lot of really good tasty food. So I was in Indonesia for 3 weeks in February, and I tell you, I ate my way around there. Now, if you're looking for some content on Indonesia on my channel, well, there's one video. And there's a few shorts. I'll get there one day, guys. And if you're looking for videos on Samoa, there's one video there. There's way more videos to come. And there's some shorts there too. But there's an interesting video about Samoa and there's an interesting video about Indonesia. So both on my video list. Check it out. Tell me if you liked it. I'd love to get your feedback on it. But if you don't, that's fine. The Europe trip, I haven't posted any videos about, but I'm about to post a video because Diego literally just got back from Europe. He's supposed to come back tonight. I was supposed to pick him up at the airport tonight at 8:30. And yesterday I got a message from him saying about 12 o'clock through the day, which is it's a bit not normal because in Europe they're 9 hours behind. So normally my lunchtime they're sleeping, right, midnight. And I get a message from him saying, see you soon. Well, that's a bit weird. I know I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to pick you up tomorrow night, Saturday night. But I wasn't expecting him home last night. So it's like, it's a bit weird. I had this plan. I was going to wash the sheets and, clean the house up, be the good girlfriend I am, clean the house. But I was expecting him home on Saturday night. So Saturday I was going to do all those things. Yesterday I had the most amazing day, and I'm going to tell you about that in a second. So I'm at the beach, having the best day of my life. Adventures, right? Adventures. And I get that message. I'm like, is he coming home tonight? Did I get the days wrong? I mean, if he wants a lift, he should have given me a bit more, tell me. I'm sure I arranged to pick him up tomorrow night. So anyway, I decided to go to a friend's house because they kind of live near the airport. And I thought, well, they can feed me. And if he does ring me from the airport at 8:30 at night saying, where are you? Then I'm not that far from picking him up. That's fine. But 8:30 came. He didn't call. He hadn't answered his messages either. So I'm thinking to myself, he's probably travelling. It takes about 24 hours to get from Paris back to Brisbane. And maybe he has a stopover in Dubai. He didn't send me his itinerary. But then he's also a little bit sneaky sometimes. Is he trying to surprise me home? But, I might not have been home. I actually was thinking about staying at Noosa last night. So, sorry guys, I'm not looking at the chat. I will look at the chat in a second. But, so I'm like, is he coming home or isn't he coming home? Anyway, I had such a fabulous day yesterday. I was even Googling, could I stay in Noosa overnight? I thought, well, you know what? I did have a spare change of clothes in my car. And my car is my adventure mobile. I do have things, I have a jumper and I probably don't have a toothbrush, but, I could survive one night without brushing my teeth, right? Actually do have mouthwash in my car. So I was thinking about going to a backpacker hostel last night in Noosa and staying the night. I didn't, but imagine that. So anyway, about 9:30 at night, I look at my phone and there's a whole lot of missed calls from Diego. But then I look a bit closer at the phone calls. One of the phone calls is from his home, from his mobile phone in Australia. Normally we communicate on WhatsApp, so there was all these missed calls from WhatsApp. And then there was some missed calls from his home, his personal phone from Australia. And I went, he's fucking home. A cheeky bastard. I ring him, I said, where are you? And he goes, where are you? And I'm like, aren't I supposed to be picking you up tomorrow night? He goes, surprise, I'm home. I'm like, you're an idiot, because I literally am at a friend's house. And also, I nearly stayed at the Noosa last night. He goes, I was going to just come home and surprise you. So apparently he came home and he got the Uber to drop him down the road. He wanted to surprise me coming home. And he came home and I'm not home. Kind of funny, isn't it? Okay, guys. Now I'll have a look at the chat. Deborah, you asked rude questions, Heartthrob. Okay, Heartthrob. So Deb, my friend Heartthrob, he does ask some little questions that sometimes can be a little bit out there. Heartthrob, I don't know Heartthrob personally, but I do like Heartthrob's sense of humour, okay? So, Deb, he's not being too rude, okay? He knows that I won't answer questions I don't want to answer, okay? So if you feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry, Deb, but just ignore him. Sometimes I ignore Heartthrob, okay? But sometimes I do entertain the questions. It's kind of funny. So, guys, this is 4X beer. That's 4X beer. It's very good. That's the beer I like to drink when I'm gardening. So these guys, it's nearly 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're drinking beer. Why not? It's Saturday. Why not? Why are there no waves? Okay, guys, there's an island out there. I'll show you if I zoom in. Can you see the island? That's Moreton Island. So this is a bay, guys. That's why there's no waves like you'll find it like Byron Bay or Bondi Beach or the Gold Coast, because there's a big island in front of us. So we're a bay. This is Moreton Bay. That's why there's no waves. Thanks you, Shakun. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the questions. I'll have a wonderful day. You also have a day, because I believe you're in India and it's probably very early in India at the moment. So you have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday. Okay, Deb. Yeah, I understand, Deb. And you know, Deb, a lot of my friends, and that's why I did say a little while ago, and I keep on forgetting. So Heartthrob, love your conversation, but sometimes just be aware that my friends in the chat are very, protective of me, and they have the power, just so you know, they have the power to delete your conversation and actually block you from the chat. So just be aware. I mean, I don't always go in there and watch what people are saying, and I also don't even watch what some people delete. So, that's why I mentioned before, sometimes the things you say can be misinterpreted to be a little bit naughty. And I know you're probably a little bit naughty sometimes, and that's okay. I'm not, I like to have a little banter. But just keep in mind that, there are people that are under 16 sometimes watching this chat. So just be aware of that. I have friends that are under 16 that do participate in this chat. So this chat is just for everyone, guys. So, okay, we have Pelican. Hey, Pelican. I love you, Pelican. You are so beautiful. Bye, Pelican. Okay, Heartthrob. Just please be careful. Like I said, my friend's Deb. Deb has been in my chat for a long time. She's a very good friend of mine. I'm very protective of my friends. So yes, she's from America, but everyone has their own reasons for how they think and how what they want to hear and listen to. So I really do want this chat to be interactive for everyone, but at the same time, I appreciate everyone's conversation. But, I don't want people's conversations to hurt other people's conversations. So, I don't like to block people, and I don't block people personally. I think if you're going to come to the chat and you want to say something nasty in the chat, I just ignore you, going to be honest. And I know, Heartthrob, your intent is not to be nasty. I know that. So I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just letting people know and be aware that, I do have people in the chat that are moderators, and they will delete people's conversations and block people from the chat. Like, for example, my friend Mike, Adventure Sparks, he's in my chat a lot. He will, any bits of anything, he'll just get rid of them. So, yeah, just always be aware and be nice. And look, and another thing to remember, I speak English, Deb speaks English. English is our first language. We don't speak another language. Some people that in the chat, English is their second language. So be aware that sometimes words don't come out right. Like, there's a guy that comes to my chat and he always says, "How did you snore?" And I had to ask another question. I said, "Oh, what does that mean? How do you snore?" And I think a lot of people thought that was a bit rude when he was saying that to me. But what he meant was, like, how did you sleep? So his English was not great, and he thought snore was sleep. So every time he comes to my chat, he says, "How do you snore?" Meaning, how did you sleep? So guys, just another thing, I'm very open in the way I talk, and I swear I'm unapologetically me. And if you don't like that, that's fine. But, you know, obviously you don't need to watch me. But at the same time, you know, I don't like any bullying at all. And if you want to poke fun at me, that's fine. But if you poke fun at my friends, I don't like that, you know. But at the same time, you know, I've got very thick skin. So you know, if someone says anything in the chat to me like a troll, I just don't care. I don't particularly care because that's on them. I just think about, you know what? If you're so belittled that you have to come to someone's live and say silly things in a chat, then you're stupid. And I just let them be. But I know some of my friends don't like that, so they will delete the chat. No, heartthrob. I don't know situations, but, you know, like, for example, heartthrob, you know, you are very complimentary and I love that. I'm not saying that at all, but people might think that you're trying to be a little bit slimy, like that you're a stranger to me. And like I said, like if I'm on a rant and I'm just talking and I'm not looking at the chat, some people might think sometimes what you're saying is a little bit like you're trying to ask me out on a date or, you know, be a little bit forward. And like, you know, we have had some funny conversations, heartthrob. So like I said, if I don't always check the chat, okay? So Deb just made a comment. I don't know that you comment. I didn't look at it. I don't need to go look at it, guys. What I'm trying to say is that I'm sure, heartthrob, you didn't mean any malice by it, and I don't know what it was, and it could just mean it was interpreted the wrong way, okay? Which brings me to another story, guys. I talked about this story yesterday. I think this is a really appropriate story right now. So So remember that I was just telling you about the power of now? Like, think about now. Don't worry about what happened in the past. I don't give a fuck what you guys said in the chat. Forget about it. Who cares? Move on, move a bridge, move forward, right? So the next book I'm talking about is the book I'm reading now. It's called, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Power of Perception. So it's by a magician. Don't ask me his name, okay? I've just read 10 pages and I loved it. I've got to read another 10 pages today. I read 15 pages yesterday because I loved it. So anyway, he told me this story in this book. And this is really appropriate about this whole conversation we're just having here now, heartthrob. And this is not aimed at you, heartthrob, okay? This is aimed at anyone listening, about perception, about the way we take someone's word. So this lady she's a little bit overweight and she's just starting a new job. And this is what I'm reading in the book, okay, guys? She's a bit overweight, she's just starting a new job, and she needs to have these particular pants, like dress pants for work. So she's at the dress shop, she's trying them on in the mirror, and she's looking at herself going, and a lot of women will understand this. You look at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh my God, I look like, you know, well, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I look ugly in these pants. They don't fit me well. They're just not a good cut. But these are the pants I have to wear for work. So anyway, so she's like, I look horrendous, but I have to wear these pants for work. So anyway, she's lining up at the counter to buy these pants, and her dialogue in her head's like, I'm so fat. Like, oh, I look ugly in these pants. They look disgusting on me. No one's going to be interested in me. Like, I just look fat, right? And you know this feeling, women, okay? I've been there. I feel this sometimes, right? And it doesn't help that I sometimes buy clothes that are one size too small for me because I think they're amazing, and then one day they'll fit me. And guess what? I haven't lost the weight and they still don't fit me. So anyway, so this lady, she's at the counter. She's waiting 20 minutes at the counter, right? She's like, come on, there's 3 cash registers. There's one person. You guys have been there, right? And you're like, oh, come on, I just want to buy these pants and get the hell out of here. You know, I'm going to start this new job. I'm going to wear these stupid pants. I hate them. I look like shit. And this is her head thinking, right? Come on, fuck, what's going on? The people behind her are like, come on, open another cash register. And then, you know, someone's complaining about something at the cash register. Anyway, eventually, it's nearly her turn. The lady behind the counter goes. It turns into this guy. So they've swapped shifts. Still only one person at the cash register. Lots of people lining up. She's been lining up for 20 minutes. It's her turn, and this guy that's quite good looking. And she's like, oh, frig. You know, of course, it's a good looking guy, and I've got to buy these ugly pants. How embarrassing. bloody hell. Anyway, it's her turn. And he says to her, sorry about your weight. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? He said, sorry about your weight. She's thinking about her weight, as in her fatness. So she's like, she just stands there and immediately walks away and cries and dumps the pants and runs home. So her perception was, he said, sorry that you're fat. But that wasn't what he was saying. He was saying, sorry for waiting. You know, you guys have waited a long time. But he said, sorry about your weight. He didn't say anything wrong, but it's your perception. So guys, I don't want to have this conversation about the chat. I'm just talking about the book that I just read about perception. So what people say can be completely perceived a completely different way than what it meant to be. So yeah, so that's the book I'm reading about at the moment, The Power of Perception. Freaking amazing. And that's just the first 15 pages and I got that story. And it just made me think, right, because I used to work with a lot of Thai women, and Thai women, English is their second language. They speak Thai, right? I work in a Thai restaurant. Now this is a part-time job I had. So guys, I've always had second or third jobs. That's how I afford to travel. So I've traveled to 62 countries now, and that's because I've always had a part-time job. So I work full-time, then nighttime I would go work at a Thai restaurant. So they all speak Thai, right? It's a Thai restaurant, no joke, right? I'm in Australia, they speak Thai. I don't understand Thai, but I don't care. Could they be talking about me? Probably. I don't care. That's on them, right? So anyway, but sometimes they would talk to me and it'd be really rude. Like I'd be like, what the fuck did she just say to me? Like I've worked all day, I'm tired. I'm working a second job to make more money to travel. And did she just say something really nasty to me? Like, it's fucking rude. Like I was just like irate going, what the fuck? What did she just say? But because she's busy, my boss is busy, she didn't use the proper, grammar. Like, I can't give you an idea. Like, it could be like, Dora, do this. But she's like, Dora, boom, like just a Dora, wash up. Like, forgot the, I'm just giving you, I can't remember the scenario. There were many scenarios. But like, she forgot to use grammar. So like, it sounded really rude. But then I had to think about it in my head and stop and go, wait on, I don't speak Thai. I'm the stupid one, right? I'm working in a Thai restaurant. I don't speak Thai. She's in a rush. She's busy. It's her business. She's stressed. She's on the run, running past me, telling me, Dora, do this. But she forgot a few words because English is like her, she's thinking in Thai, trying to speak English to me. So she's not being polite. So my perception was it was rude. But then I went, wait on, I don't speak Thai. She's in a rush. She's just trying to tell me something. Don't just lighten up. Who gives a fuck? She wasn't being rude. This is just, she was in a hurry and she was rushed and she was stressed. So again, perception, guys. So, especially when you travel, your mind is more open to perception of like people and how they talk to you and how they are. Like, I might come across really cocky. Like, I'm very arrogant in ways sometimes too. Like, I'm unapologetically myself. Like I'm openly saying right now that I'm not watching a lot of my friends' YouTubes. I just don't have the time. I'm too busy drinking water and trying to exercise and read books and friggin' do things, right? And I'm loving reading the books. So, yeah, will I ever come back to completely watching everyone's lives and from start to end, or watching everyone's videos and commenting and all the stuff? I don't know, guys. And if you don't want to watch my channel, I don't care. As I said, I'm going to be unapologetically me. I just don't care. And if that comes across rude and abrupt and arrogant, oh well. So yeah, as I said, perception. I'm not actually trying to be arrogant, but the perception is that I am being arrogant. But I'm just being completely honest that I just don't have the time and I don't have the bandwidth. I would rather read a book than watch some of your videos at the moment. Not because your videos aren't good and not because I don't want to watch them. Like, my friend Mike D Australia, I know today, on a Saturday, he will have a video drop about one of his adventures, and I should be watching it because he supports my channel a lot. But he knows that I will get to his adventure. So guys, I've finished my walk. I think I don't know how long what is the time? I've been talking for 90 minutes. Okay. So guys, I just finished, okay, that was half a litre. I drank half a litre at home, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my water I just was walking with. Okay, so I have now done 1.5 litres. I've got another half litre in here of protein powder. Shake, a rattle and roll. Oh, shake, a rattle and roll. Okay, guys. Oh, this is the book, actually, guys. That's the book I'm talking about. I just finished reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you guys want to take a screenshot, please have a look at this. I can't thoroughly recommend this book enough. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Your Guide to Enlightenment. It's an amazing book. #1 New York bestseller. It's an amazing book. Deb, I'd love you to read this book. I wish I could gift you a book. I'd love this book, and I'd love you to read it. The first book I read was called Switching on Your Brain by Caroline Leaf. The Key to Peak Happiness, Thinking and Health. Amazing book. The book I'm reading right now, I don't have with me. I'll read that when I get home. Okay. So guys, oh my gosh. Someone's cooking bacon and eggs. I can smell it. Oh my God, bacon and eggs. So guys, I'm just gonna take my shoes off at the back here. Oh, we'll stretch while we do this. Oh, because it's really good to stretch your legs. I'm trying to keep my car cleaner because I have a lot of sand everywhere. Because I walked in sand, right? So watch this. Half the beach just came out of my shoes. But living in now is not complaining about it, it's just doing something about it. Just don't wear your shoes in your car. I love walking on sand. That's the downside of sand, is that you get sand everywhere. But you just take your shoes and socks off, put it in the back of your car. Bob's your uncle, literally. Oh. Oh, right. Whoa. Right. Right, it's warm. Okay, my car. So, day 24, sorry, not day 24, day 40, frig. Day 40, guys, and all I can say is, guys, I am so grateful that I found this challenge and that I'm doing this challenge properly. The books have been the best thing about this whole challenge. Yeah, the books, reading books. These 2 books have blown my brain. Like, I feel like I don't know where I've been in the last couple of years of my life that I've stopped reading books. I feel like I have been stupid. I feel like by not reading books, I have dumbed down my brain. Now again, I'm generalizing. I'm talking about me, guys. I don't care about you guys. You do you. I'm just giving you my experiences. you're going to the library to donate some books, Danish books to my mother, so I'll have a look. Okay, please. Again, can you write this down? Okay, let me turn. So, Dad, I'm going to turn this around. Please, the power of now. I'll hold this up for a bit, then you can write it down. Mike, how you going, Mike? Okay, got it. I'm glad. Actually, Deb, take this one too, because this is a really good book too. Switch on Your Brain, Caroline Leaf. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It is very religious based, but like I said, I openly talk about that. I am not totally religious, but you know, it's a really good book. It's talking about your brain. So important. My brain is switched on. It's on. So, Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Leaf. The keys to peak happiness, thinking, and health. So, I openly talk about how I feel like I am dumbing my brain down by not reading. Again, I'm not talking about you guys. If you are happy not reading, that's fine. I'm just talking about me. Okay, I have to stress that. Me, my channel, me, my experiences, me. Okay, so I just feel like since reading these 10 pages a day, I feel like I've opened my world up to another part. I've opened my brain up. My brain has just opened another bit of my brain. And I think there's something in that, guys. I don't know if you've done any reading about, or you know, on YouTube, or heard or read that if you just scroll on your phone, our attention span is so small now. You know, like that's why they brought shorts and reels out on TikTok. TikTok is so popular because people have such a small attention span because we're so used to doing this. Do. We're getting dumber by the minute, guys. Just don't watch TikTok anymore. But we do reels. We have shorts here on YouTube, right? I make shorts. I like shorts. I think they're fun. But they make us stupid because we're just so stupid. We're just like, dick. And like you have to dance, or you have to do something stupid like show your boobs to make some people stop. Oh, boobs, let's stop. I'm just being stupid, guys. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, like, we're having to do something so stupid to catch people's attention now because our brains are so stupid because all we're trained to do is watch something on like short videos for 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. We have, apparently with long form videos on YouTube, you have like literally 5 seconds to get someone's attention. How do you get someone's attention in 5 seconds? Honestly, it's weird. So anyway, my point is that by reading books and taking my time away from YouTube, I haven't made a video for YouTube for a while. I have tried to make some videos, I just haven't finished them. I would like to get a video out this weekend. I may or may not get it out. It doesn't matter. But basically what I'm trying to say is that by reading books has engaged something else in my brain that has switched on something, because by not reading books, I feel like I dumbed my brain down. I think I'm actually quite smart. I make jokes that I'm stupid and silly. I'm actually dyslexic, guys. When I write, I am shocking. Okay, guys, that's why I'm going to out myself here, guys. So a lot of my friends that will send me an email, like Paul D has sent me an email, Heather, Susan, there's a few people here that send me emails, right? So my email's in the bio. If you want to send me an email, you're welcome to send me an email. But if I don't sit at my computer and look at that email and then construct an email back, you know, I just do it on my phone, there'll be spelling mistakes. I'll get my grammar wrong. I'll completely miss a word because I'm dyslexic. The way I talk, I speak quite fast. So I type the way I write and then I miss words. I completely miss words. So if I'm on a rant and I'm like blah 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 on my text, I will miss words, and I unapologetically will say at the end of my video, my message, hey, I didn't proofread this because I just wanted to get this out to you. And my friends know that I am like this, and they'll know, okay, that didn't make sense, Dora, you forgot a word. Okay, I get it now. So they learn to understand my crazy writing. But what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, so if I don't sit down and construct an email back, at a computer and reread it and make sure my grammar's right, and it takes a couple of times, you got to reread things. It takes time, right? And we're busy being busy. So I tend not to reply to emails quite straight away because I don't want to get the grammar wrong. Like my friend Susan, who's sometimes in the chat, Susan was High Country Homestead. She writes professionally for magazines and online publications. So she's really good at writing. So not that I care so much, but I do care, right? Like she's written me a long email like, hi Dora, it's nice to talk to you. I love watching your lives. And, she wrote me some personal things that I wanted to know about. And I didn't respond straight away because I really wanted to take the time to respond and, write what I wanted to say, check the grammar, check again, check it 3 times. So when you are dyslexic, you can't spell right and you miss words a lot. So yeah, you need to check your grammar like 2 or 3 times. So yeah, so I tend not to, send emails very much. I like to send emails and texts. Anyway, so I don't know where that story was going, but yeah, my brain. So I kind of think, I sometimes say these things, oh yeah, I'm silly. I don't actually mean that I'm silly. I don't think I'm stupid. I actually think I'm really smart. And I have a really high opinion of myself. And yeah, I love myself. And I think that we should all have high opinions of ourselves and we should love ourselves. And that we should probably not use bad words like, oh, you're silly, Dora. Oh, silly, Dora. I shouldn't say those things. I should be saying, you're fucking smart, Dora. You're fucking amazing. So anyway, and what do we got here? Someone saying, holy, you're so beautiful. Thank you very much. I love your accent. Oxy accent from. So I'm Australian. So g'day, mate. Does that make it more Australian? But I'm half Indonesian. So I am a mix of Australia and Indonesian. So I was born in Brisbane Hospital. I've never lived in Indonesia, but my mum is Indonesian. Yes, I've been to Indonesia. So yes. Mike has got here, I show my boobs with the first 5 seconds to get attention. See, I tried that once, Mike, and it just didn't get the same effect. I got the wrong views. And look, I'm also very sarcastic. I like a joke. Paul D Australia, Salamat Pagi, Terima kasih. Isn't it so funny? Paul D Australia is my friend that I was talking about a little while ago. I can't remember what I was saying. Paul, if your ears were burning, it wasn't bad. It might have been sarcastic to you. I don't know. I can't remember. But Paul D Australia is my friend. He's been to Indonesia 20 times. So we're just talking about Indonesia. So Heartthrob's got, I love your humor. I love my humor too. You know the best thing I love about myself is my energy and my way of being. Like I can be like, and just to have a joke. Yeah, I think that there's two most favorite things I have about myself. Can I ask you guys, Heartthrob, Paul, Deb, Mike, what's 2 of your favorite things about yourself that you love about yourself? I'd love to know that. Deb, especially. What do you love about yourself? Deb, Paul, what do you love about yourself? So Paul was just saying in Indonesian to me, Selamat pagi, Mutiara. So Mutiara is my real name. So Dora is my alter ego. So remember I was telling you about Explorer in Espanol, because I lived in Mexico. Dora is a nickname. I was given that many years ago. Another story for another time. 80, because I want to go to 80 countries. So Explore, Dora, 80 countries. So Mutiara is my real name, my Christian name. Born in the Brisbane Hospital. My mother is Indonesian. My dad is Australian. And their first daughter, me, they gave a weird name. It sounds weird. Mutiara. So if you look at Paul D Australia says Selamat pagi, which is good morning in Indonesian. Mutiara is how you say my name or spell my name. Mutiara. Mutiara, it means pearl in Indonesian. Yesterday, when I was at Noosa, Paul, I saw a car that said Pearl X. And I was like, oh, that's my car. Mutiara. Kiss, kiss. So pearl in Indonesian, sorry, Mutiara in Indonesian, the language, Bahasa, means pearl. So I am Pearl. Now, affectionately, you could call me Pearl, but I don't know, I kind of think that Pearl sounds like Grandma Pearl. I don't have children, I'm not a grandma. So, I don't know. You could call me Pearl. Some of my friends do call me Pearl. I have one guy friend, one of my bosses, one of my favorite bosses, he calls me Pearl. Yeah, so I ran into him randomly. He lives in South Australia now, and completely another state. I ran into him at a airport. He goes, "Hey Pearl, how are you?" Gave me a big hug. So yeah, he still calls me Pearl. So I have many names I'm called by. Mutiara is my Christian name. I use Dora because it's easier here. Explorer Mutiara 80 just doesn't have the same ringtone. Dora is a name that a lot of my friends call me. I refer to having Dora time, which means adventure time. So that's what my channel's about, adventures. So anyway, that was my long story short about something. So I was asking, how old are you, Dora? You look about 20 and 22. Of course, I am 22. Deb's got, what, that's still care about. Okay, so Deb, the thing that you love about yourself is that you still care about other people? Am I married? No. Are you married? Heartthrob. Dora, the best thing about me, I love, live, laugh, cook, eat, make other people's lives happy. Oh, that's lovely. Can I ask you one question, Heartthrob? What is your favorite? If you could cook for me, what would you cook for me? Holy Yap Sabu. I don't know what that means. Dora, I hope you don't mind. I just love Mutiara. Yeah, look, a lot of people do like calling me Mutiara. So Kathleen says always when she comes into the chat, she says, "Hello, Mutiara." She knows my name's Mutiara. She calls me Mutiara. You can call me Mutiara. I don't care. That's my name. Dora is another name. I have many names that I go by, but this conversation's about to finish, so I don't want to really get into another why I was called another name. But Paul, I'd love to know what you love about yourself. Come on, Paul. Come on. What do you love about yourself? Mike, what do you love about yourself? Okay, let me go with this. I watch Paul and I watch Mike. What do I love about Mike and Paul? I don't know them personally, as in like I don't know them face to face. I talk to Paul, I talk to Mike outside of YouTube, right? We're friends off this little place here. I would call them my friend. I'm actually going to meet Paul next year. Paul is going to dance with me next year. So just wait for that one. And we're going to drink some Bintang beer because we were talking about beer before. So Paul D Australia is a very good friend of mine. Yes, I have a partner, guys, and I can go visit another guy friend. Just saying, okay? I have a relationship that is trusting, and you know, I have many guy friends. I actually prefer to have guy friends, I'm going to be honest. I feel like some women can be very bitchy, okay? And I'm one of those women, okay? We can be bitchy. I don't like to be bitchy, but I think that when women get together, they can be very bitchy. So I tend to have a lot of guy friends, and my partner knows that I have guy friends, and he has to trust that I do the right thing. So I am going to catch up with my friend Paul next year. My partner's not going to come. I mean, he can come if he wants to, but he doesn't know Paul. And, you know, we're going to talk about YouTube and things, so I don't think he would want to come. I mean, I didn't even ask him if he wanted to come, but, you know, he could come if he wanted to. What I'm going to say to you, what I like about Paul is that even though I don't know Paul, I've seen a photo of Paul's face. He's a little bit like, he's like one of these people that are very elusive, okay? Like, there's a photo, if you make it big, in his, like on his profile. That's all I've seen of him. I don't actually know what he looks like. So on his YouTube, he's kind of like a faceless channel. He doesn't really show himself very often. Sometimes you get a glimmer. He's like there's an ad here in Australia for Oral-B, which is like dentist, like toothpaste. And they talk about a dentist and he never shows his face. So Paul is like Oral-B. He's like a dentist. He doesn't show his face. But Paul has a very, very he's very sarcastic. I'm very sarcastic, so we get along. Like, we like to give shit in a nice way. And like sometimes people in the chat might go, oh, they're being a bit nasty to each other. They're not being nasty, we're just being sarcastic. So I like sarcasm. I like that humor. I like things not to be so serious. I mean, there's times to be serious and there's times to be joking and fun and just, there's a difference, right? But, I think that you should live our life a little bit more funner, not so serious all the time. And Paul lives like that. He's a little bit more, he's sarcastic. As I said, I don't know him personally. I'm going to meet him next year. I might have a completely different opinion of him next year. He might have a completely different opinion of me next year. But yeah, he has a good heart. In the chat, he's always asking Deb how he is. We have other friends that come into the chat, have, health issues. He's always caring. He's like, how are you, Lavender? How's things going? Deb, how's your health? And he'll ask me. He remembers what's happening in my lives. Like, I might have been talking about my father who passed away 8 years ago. He'll ask me, how are you? How did that go the other day? Like, I was telling him about something that I did. How are you going? How are you feeling? He's got a heart, right? Like, he actually listens and he's thinking, and he asks the next question. Some people are very superficial. They're just kind of, they're on the outside, like, oh, yep, that's Dora, blah, blah, blah. Don't really listen that much, okay? Paul listens. So that's what I like about Paul. Now, Mike, if Mike is still there, otherwise this is wasted, right? But maybe he'll listen to it later on. So Mike is a really good friend of mine from the chat too. So not to take away from Paul, but Paul's been there for a long time. Paul has supported my lives back to the very, very start. And that was about 4 months ago when I was in Samoa. Paul was watching what I was showing. I was watching these blowholes that were amazing. He's like watching, going, oh, that's crazy. That's cool. Anyway, we became friends. Like, I was always following him anyway on his channel. But through lives, we've become mates. He's my mate. So Mike, I met him through someone else's channel. Some Rayma, I don't know, some guru of some description. I met him in the chat. I liked his name, Mike Adventure Sparks. So I clicked on his name, went and found his YouTube. He does adventures. Yeah, I like adventures too. So I watched a couple of videos, put a couple of comments. He then went over to my channel, watched a couple of videos, put a couple of comments. We became friends. Isn't that nice? And then he's on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. We chat on Instagram because on YouTube you can't really chat back and forth. So we have, private conversations on Instagram. And yeah, so I know a lot more about Mike too, because we have a chat. And he's also very heart-based. He will ask questions about, how are you today? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not making blah blahs, but I'm just trying to say, I'm not giving you examples. But he's very much, he's not a surface person. He's deep. He asks the question, and I'm also caring for them. Like, if they're sick, I'll send them a message. How are you? You okay? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's nice to have those kind of people in your life. So anyway, Mike's one of them people. So anyway, I think I'm going to go, guys. Is Australia better than America for you? Well, I live in Australia. Of course it is. I live here. I don't live in America. Dora, I'd love to cook eggs, cheese and veggies for you. A vegan burger. I look for it. Hold on. I cook for a beautiful and kind grandma in my neighborhood. Oh, that's lovely. Love eggs. Eggs and cheese, yes. I'm actually going to go home right now and make scrambled eggs for Diego. Obviously, he's in like Europe time in his head, so he's got to get back into the Australian time clock. So I'm going to go via the supermarket. I'm going to get some bacon. We've got eggs because we've got chickens at home, remember? So I'm going to make a scrambled eggs with bacon, get some bread, some avocado, what's at home. So I'm going to make a scrambled eggs with avocado on toast with bacon. That is what I'm going to cook. So I love what you just said, Heartthrob. I'm going to have pretty much very similar, I bet, but it'll be very different, I think, very different. But I'd love to try that one day. That's so true. If a woman wants the best for a friend, please go for that guy. Trust me, you won't regret it. Men are best friends ever. They are. Men can be very good friends. I have quite a few guy friends. Unfortunately, I have lost quite a few guy friends recently in the last couple of years that were some of my best friends. They're still my best friends. They're just not here with me in this physical world anymore. But yeah, anyway, Dora, you know about my humor and sarcasm. We are best friends now. I know you're sarcastic. That's why we're friends, mate. What's your favorite food? Okay, Paul. So, Mike, I'm glad you heard that. I wasn't quite sure if you did hear that because I know you kind of dip in and out. But like I said, it's important to kind of, I'd love to know what you think you love about yourself, Mike, before I finish off. And Paul, I know you're purposely not answering this question. So, Paul, this is another thing I know about Paul. So, I will ask Paul to go live with me and I'll ask him different things and he'll just ignore me. So, that means that's code for like, no, Dora, I don't want to go live. And no, Dora, I'm not going to do a jumping for joy with you. No. So, he'll just ignore me. And that's okay. It's okay to ignore me. So, Heartthrob is asking Deb what her favourite food is. I like salads. Sorry, I got testy with you. And Deb, it's okay. I told you guys that my friends in my chat are my friends, and they always want to make sure that I'm okay. Like Mike is very good on the. He will get rid of people with bad comments all the time. So my friends are my friends and I care for them just like they care for me. So Heartthrob, welcome to the family. You're friends. But as I said, just be, like I have people that are under 16 that watch this chat. So I have to be I always have to remember be careful what I say in this chat because, sometimes, we're talking about adult themes and, sometimes, I actually have someone that's 9 years old that sometimes watches me. I don't know why. But yeah, okay, I have someone that watches me and they're 9. I'm not going to tell you who that person is because we're not supposed to promote people that are under 16. Okay, Paul's got here. Describing... Okay, I'm trying to... Again, another thing, I'm kind of blind sometimes looking at these chats. Describing self-love is hard to describe. Why? Okay, Paul, just straight question. What do you like about yourself? I just said openly that I like my energy and I like my humor. I told you I like your humor. Do you like your humor? And I'm not putting you on the spot. You don't have to answer, Mike. I mean, Paul, you know that. Wear glasses to see. Yeah, of course I could wear glasses, but where's the fun in that? Come on. I do actually have glasses here in my... if I want to look a bit smarter, just for a second. Now, these are old glasses. I only wear glasses for reading. So probably for this exact point. These are old glasses, guys. These are my first glasses I bought. They're not exactly attractive. Dora, if you were a teenager, you'd also watch... hold on. Dora, if you were a teenager, you'd also watch this channel. You're just amazing. So cool. You're such a vibe. Thank you. So yeah, I have to wear these in the car. I mean, I don't wear them in the car, but I have them in the car just in case I need glasses. And I don't really need them for reading. I'm just sometimes the glare comes in, guys. I'm just going to stick up for myself, right? The glare comes in and I can't see the chat sometimes, especially when I'm walking on the beach. Dora, okay. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go. But Mike, I would like to hear from you, like, what you love about yourself. Someone saying like and subscribe the stream and press the bell icon. Thank you. I've got 20 likes. Bloody hell, guys. Thank you very much. I feel the love, 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 love. How hot is Australia's sun? Okay, today is 23 degrees. Also, my car says 23 degrees. It is actually quite warm. It's spring here, so spring traditionally is getting warmer, but we are going through a bit of a hot spot here in where I live in southeast Queensland, near Brisbane. The last couple of days, it's been about 30 degrees. So okay, guys, I just want to finish on my yesterday day, okay? Paul knows about this because I sent him a message and I actually, so he knows where I went yesterday. But I told you guys, Friday, I've been having Fridays off because I just can, okay? I work for myself. I've been having Fridays off. And with the 75 hard, it has been kind of hard for my routine to get into place. I'm into routine now. I'm good to go. I need to go back to working on Fridays, which I'm going to start doing on Friday next week. So normally on a Friday, I would go take myself hiking or go for a walk or clean up my house, which has been an absolute sty of a mess. So, and look, I don't really care about house. I mean, like, it's just superficial, right? You can clean your house, it doesn't matter. But yeah, yesterday I took myself on an adventure. I had a nice morning to myself. I did a live, guys. I did a live, and I had a quite successful live, actually, guys. I don't know what's going on with my lives. They're doing really well, which is kind of nice, guys. Thank you for appreciating me and supporting my channel. But I normally am on the beach, you know, taking a walk on the beach. But I have been incorporating different exercise into my lifestyle. I talk about that I need to do more strength training because I'm at an age where I need to think about my strength. If I need to, you know, get off the toilet and, you know, open a bottle, you need to have strength in your arms and your legs. So you have to look after that kind of stuff. So strength training is really important. So I've been doing different exercises than walking because I love walking. I could walk all day and all night. I'm exaggerating, but I could. So I've been doing cross training, I've been boxing. My traps are just feeling okay now. I did some boxing yesterday, I did some skipping, I did some cross training. I showed you my chickens yesterday. We had a bit of a chat. And yeah, those lives are doing really well. It's amazing. Anyway, and I did a live with my mum the other day. You guys love my mum. I feel a bit jealous, guys. Like, my mum was getting into the chat. She was reading the chat better than I can, and she's 76 years old. She's 26 years older than me. Her eyesight is way better than me. I'm like looking cross-eyed looking at the chat. She's just like, oh, la, 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 la. So she's having a full-on conversation. So Deb was there, Paul was there, Mike was there. It was a great chat. Thank you for supporting my mum and, you know, wishing her a happy birthday. So it was a happy birthday live for my mum. She loved meeting you guys. So sometimes she's in the chat. Sorry, she's watching the replay. So that was a really good live. And yeah, this live looks like it's going okay too. So yeah, I went yesterday. Okay, someone's got here. Sister, I want to come to Australia, but I don't have money. When I have money, I will definitely come and meet you. Yes, thank you. I hope that you have money and that you come and meet me. That'd be lovely. Dora, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups and squats. Not today, not today. You got to do it 3 days a week, or you should do it 3 times a week. The day before yesterday, I did lots of, if you watched me, I really hit that bag. I was like, boom, 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 boom. So hence why, and I was really skipping. So I was using muscles that I'm not used to using. My stomach, my arms, my traps were killing me. Did a bit of yesterday. Today's my rest. I'm just walking today, guys. Paul's got, your mum is awesome. We had a great time for her birthday. Yeah, thank you, Paul. You made her welcome. You made her feel very, very happy and welcome. She was so happy. Hamza, how are you? Hello, my friend. How are you going? Heartthrob, do I have money? Can I meet you? Dora, I have money. Can I meet you? Hey, I'm happy to meet anyone. Well, with reason, guys, within reason. But guys, you know, like I have someone that's coming, a friend, Shannon. She has a cruising channel. She's from America. She's coming to Brisbane in February. She's coming to Brisbane to meet up with a friend that she's met on a cruise ship. And then she's flying to Sydney to go on a cruise on the South Pacific. But when she comes to Brisbane, she's coming to Brisbane to see her friend, but she knows that I'm from Brisbane and we've just met a few times in chats. So we've exchanged emails and we're going to meet up and have a lunch together, and she'll have to go for a hike if she's got the time. So it'd probably just be a lunch, a meet and greet and have a chat. So I'm always up to meeting people. I'm open to that. Obviously I'm not going to invite you to my house. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm being safe, right? I wouldn't even invite Paul to my house. You know, I don't really know Paul. Like, Paul's not going to give me his address. I'm not going to, you know, because he knows that I'll probably be random enough to knock up at his door and go, hey, Paul, how you going? Let's have a beer. So, you know, you've got to be smart, right? With, you know, YouTube. Like, we might be talking here and we might be friends, right? And I might watch your videos. But do I really know you? Do you really know me? Am I going to show you where I live? No. I'm going to keep a little bit, you know, of safety. I might tell you where I live in Redcliffe, and some people say that's a bit dangerous too. But I'm a bit aware that, you know, when you do lives, be careful. I don't say too much about, you know, oh, tomorrow I'm going to be there, because, you know, if someone's stalking me, they could come and, you know, do something bad. So anyway, you just got to be a bit safe, you know. Like, if you wanted to meet me, of course we could exchange emails and we would have a bit of chat back and forward. and then we would lock in a place where we're going to meet. We're not going to meet in a dark alley in some, place where there was no one around. I want to meet at a cafe where there's people around, of course. But I'm up to meeting anyone. So, it doesn't matter who you are, I will meet you. But if I don't like you and, just you're a completely random stranger, I'm not going to meet you just because you said, let's meet up and I'm in Brisbane. That'd be like a date. That's just weird. But yeah, Heartthrob, hey, if you're in Australia, if you're in Brisbane, I'll come meet you. Okay. The challenge is out there. And if it goes the same way, like if I'm traveling right now, I'm not traveling, but I'm going to Sydney. So my friend Wayne, I've met him. I've not met him, but like he doesn't live too far away from my sister. So I would probably be open to meeting him. We've only had a couple of banter back and forth. I know a bit about him. I'd be open if he wants to meet me for a chat. I'm not saying I'm going to go dancing with him or anything like that, or, but I'd go meet him at a cafe. I wouldn't take him back to my sister's house or anything like that, but I would meet him at a restaurant or a bar or something and have a beer or a drink, whatever. Yeah, completely open to it. But I wouldn't meet a complete random stranger. Someone's got here, hey, Paul, might be a good guy. Everyone deserves a chance. Of course. And look, like I said, I'm just generalizing, but I'm not going to give Paul my address. And Paul's not going to give me his address in Victoria, though he probably knows it's a bit far for me to drive, and it's probably, he'd probably be quite safe. But again, it's safety, right? Paul wouldn't give me his address. Yeah, it is what it is. But in saying that, I'm going to go meet up with Paul in Bali. So take that on whatever value you want to put it at. So anyway, Paul is handsome. Paul is handsome. Okay. I haven't actually really seen a picture of Paul, really. So I don't know if he's handsome. He might be handsome. But it's not the point. I'm not meeting up with Paul because he's handsome. I'm meeting up with Paul because we've made friends and he's a friend of mine from this chat. And he's going to Bali. He likes Bali. I haven't been to Bali in years. I'd love to go back to Bali. He told me about a really good deal to go to Bali. So, yeah. And there's a couple of friends that we're going to come meet me in Bali. So we're going to have like a little friend get-up. A friend catch-up. Paul will come around drunk. Yeah, Paul and I will probably both be drunk, having a couple of bintangs. Hey, Heartthrob, might be a good guy. Everyone deserves a chance. Paul's on the piss at the moment. I don't know who's saying this, but it's like 8:46 a.m. I doubt Paul's on the piss. I very doubt it. Paul's about to go for a walk. He might be a murderer. Okay, so this is where we start kind of ending this chat because, anyone can be anything, guys. Just saying. Oh, Paul D even got rid of him. It's even funnier. I'm from India. It's night here. So good night. Sweet dreams. Have a great day. Thank you, Aman. Thank you. Bye. Susan! Oh my God, Susan, I'm about to leave, but I need to say hello. So, Susan, are we booked in for a live? Are you doing a live? Tell us about the live. When's the next live? And how are you, Susan? So, Susan's my friend from High Country Homestead, guys. She's from Victoria. Another Aussie. Oi, oi. I kiss your feet, goddess. Hey, would you like to buy some feet pictures? Because I need to have some money for all the trips I'm doing next year. I'm saying that out loud, guys. I'm just, being funny, okay? And see, High Country Homestead, she puts things in capitals so that I can read them better. And that's her humour, but I love it. I've been up to editing since 5 a.m. God, Susan. Finally finished the video. I thought I had finished yesterday. Okay, so it's Saturday, so you're going to get the video out today. Great work. So that's been 2 weeks. So you're very consistent, Susan. Every 2 weeks there's a video coming out at the moment. Mike, have you got a video out lately? I haven't seen it, but I should go check it out later. I know Mike. I don't even need to ask the question. Mike D Adventures will be a video out today. He has already scheduled it. I know it. There'll be a long form video, so you should go check that out. High Country Homestead's got, no feet kissing here. Hey, it'll be public at 10 a.m. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, it's the chicken one. It's the chicken one, isn't it? Okay, so guys, High Country Homestead. Don't go spam her channel, okay? Don't sub for sub. I'm just going to tell you about her channel, and then if you want to go check her channel out, it might be worth your while. High Country Homestead is Susan. She's a lady of 50 plus. She lives on 360 acres in the high country of Victoria in Australia. So up a mountain, she's on top of the mountain. She has cows, she has llamas, she has chickens. And I have a feeling that, no, it's not about that. It's about preserving eggs. Oh, even better. Okay, so rewind. Yeah, but that's, no, talk about rewind. She has cows, chickens, and anyway, she's going to talk today, 10 o'clock, in like an hour and a half. There's a video going live, a long film video about preserving eggs for winter. I have no idea how you do this, but she's going to talk about it. Why would you preserve eggs? Because you have lots of eggs and you can't eat enough eggs to keep them fresh. So you preserve them so you can eat them later on when you don't have any eggs. Like for winter, because in wintertime, chickens don't lay eggs. Yeah, so that would be very educational, especially for me, because I have chickens, and even though I don't have as many chickens as Susan, sometimes we have a surplus of chicken eggs, and then I give them to my friends, which is fine. But if I have a surplus, I could actually do what she's talking about, which is preserving them so that when we have no eggs, like when chickens get broody, they have no eggs. So, and at the moment, I don't know what's going on. They're not giving us eggs. A week ago, I was getting so many eggs, I had to give them away. This week, it's like a famine. It's like a famine. And the next 2 fortnights will be the chicken one, which means she's incubated chicken eggs in an incubator machine. And now she's like, oh my God, what's the word? She's a homesteader. Oh my God, it's in her channel name. High Country Homes. She's homesteading. So that means she lives on the land. She grows pretty much a lot of what she eats. She makes money from her land. She has chickens and she has eggs, and she sells the chicken eggs to make money, to cash, little mucho dinero. And just talking about mucho dinero, Susan, have you ever thought about selling feet pictures? Because it could pay for that tractor. I'm just joking. Am I joking? Have you got cute feet, Susan? So, and she lives on the land. So she has solar. She has no power. So she ran an incubator and she hatched little chickens, and she must have little chicks. They sound so cute. I've done this once before and it was amazing. So she's videoed it. In the next fortnight, there's going to be another video about that. So anyway, I'm very excited about seeing the preserving of eggs. I think that'll be amazing. Now, next question, Susan. I'm still using a 2-year-old eggs in my baking. Seriously, 2-year-old eggs. That sounds gross, but okay. That's because you preserve them. Susan's got, I can make them look cute. Hey, look, there's money to be made, Susan, just saying. There's a market for everything, and there might be a market for your feet. And I guess it's all about, right, being out there enough to do it, right? But we're back on talking about preserving eggs. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that video. 10 o'clock, eh? So guys, High Country Homestead, Susan, she's talking about eating a 2-year-old egg. Sounds disgusting, but if you preserve it, it's not so disgusting. So that sounds cool. And yeah, that sounds cool. Okay. So Susan, next question. Are you doing a live next Tuesday, 9 o'clock? Is that happening? Heartthrob. Look, I love, yeah, Susan's going to do Susan. If she wants to eat a 2-year-old egg that she's preserved, she must trust the process. And she'll also trust her stomach. And look, sometimes that's part of it. So, yeah. Anyway, watch her video, Heartthrob. Watch her video before we judge. Just saying. Let's watch it. Maybe there's a method to that madness. As I said, I would not have thought that you could do that for 2 years. But if you preserve properly, then maybe you can. Isn't that amazing? I mean, imagine that, how much money you save, because there's a lot of wastage, right? Like, I don't say that we waste eggs, I give them away, right? But if I actually was able to preserve them, then maybe I wouldn't waste them and I wouldn't give them away to my friends. Okay, hopefully Tuesday I have a lot of stuff happening next week. Okay, fair enough. And look, I get that, Susan. But yeah, we'd love to see you live again. So Susan did her first live. So if you look at her live list, if you go to her channel and look at her live list, you'll see one video there, and it's basically filmed horizontal, and it's of basically of her back porch, and it's friggin' amazing. It would make me move to the country, but I know how cold it is there, so I probably won't be moving to that country area. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see the cows mooing. It was really, really pretty. It was a really good live. So yeah, and when you're ready to do another live, you know, we're all there, obviously. Okay, so you only really use old ones for baking biscuits, cakes, and so forth. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to love and leave you. Susan, I'll send you a message privately because, yeah, as I said, I haven't caught up with you for a bit. I've been busy with myself, being busy, and you're busy. But I'll just send you a chat to see how you're going, because that's what friends do, right? So, guys, thank you very much for being in the chat. So, Mike's got here, I would love to, Rami. Who's Rami? Hi, marry me. Oh, so you want to marry Mike? Go, Mike. Hey, free love and all that stuff. Love. I pickled eggs too in beetroot. Another video. Right, that sounds amazing. Lavender. I can't open Susan's live. Oh, how come you can't? I don't know why. Paul, can you just go check Susan's live? It should be open. First of all, Lavender, how are you? Are you well? Are you back okay now? Like, I mean, last time you hurt yourself, you had a roller skating accident. So you haven't been roller skating. Are you okay now? See you, Mike. Have a good evening, buddy. I'll catch up with your videos later, Mike. So I don't know why you can't open Susan's live. So, hey, actually, Lavender and Susan, while I've got you here, we were just talking. What do you love about yourself? I was saying that I love my energy and I love my sense of humor. Mike said that he loves how he cares for his friends. Deb said she loved how she cared for her friends. I don't think Mike answered it, and Paul didn't answer it either. Some other people, Heartthrob did. He said he likes how he can cook. He loves, he likes, he laughs, loves life, basically. So Susan, can I ask you what you love about yourself? I could answer that for, no, I couldn't answer. I mean, I can tell you why I love you and why I like what you do. I like your personality. I like your sense of humor. I just like your ethos in life, the way you live your life. I like that. Lavender's got, no, I have been having a 40-degree fever. Oh dear, that's not good, Lavender. That's not good at all. Okay, Susan's got, I love my stubbornness. I love my strength. Yeah, I think that's a really good, I think that's good. I think it's good to be stubborn. I think your strength is probably one of your biggest attributes, especially the fact that you live on a farm by yourself. Well, no, you don't live on your farm by yourself, but you work the land by yourself. So the fact that you have strength, she's got the power, means that she can do a lot of things by herself, that she doesn't need a man. She is independent. But she'd love a man to help her with some things that she can't, like a tractor. If a man has a tractor and would like to leave it at her house, and then, you know, would sometimes come and drive the tractor, she'd love that. Lavender says, I love my smile. Oh, that's nice. Obviously, I don't know that smile because Lavender doesn't post anything on her channel, and Lavender's a channel that is under 16, so we won't be looking at that stuff. I like that. That's beautiful. Oh, and Susan's got, oh, thank you, Dora. Oh, it's true, though. Let me know. Laugh. Quack, 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 quack. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave now, guys. We've had a lot of chat. We did our walk, so we can tick off that. We've done our outside walk for 45 minutes. I need to go home. As I said, Diego came home a day earlier to surprise me. Yep, Susan, he did that. He was supposed to come home tonight, but he came home last night. I wasn't even home because I wasn't expecting him home. Anyway, that's another story. But anyway, I'm going home to cook him bacon and eggs and be the nice person I am, right? Dora, I have been recording a video and editing, so be posting it soon. Okay, well, I'm very excited to see that. Okay, guys, love and leave you. Have a wonderful day, Lavender and Susan and Paul in Australia. We rock. It's going to be a great weekend. Go the Broncos, because the Broncos, I think, will hopefully win. Mike, who's in the chat, see you later, mate. Deb, that's in the chat, see you later. Heartthrob, see you later. And if I missed anyone, you know, I don't mean it personally. I just sometimes miss things. But I'm going to go the store. Ah, Paul, I guess, you know, you're from Victoria. We'll let you have that one. Anyway, that makes it more rivalry. Go the Broncos. So, big football game this weekend, guys. Brisbane versus basically Melbourne, which is Paul's team versus Dora's team. Not really my team, but I'm from Brisbane, I guess, you know. So anyway, go the Broncos. Oh, and Lavender's got to go to the store. Okay, Lavender, come on. You're supposed to be looking after me, supporting me. You're from Western Australia. Come on. Nowhere near Victoria. Broncos have earned the title of the donkeys. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, guys, I've got to go. Otherwise, we're just going to be here forever. See you guys. Bye.